guys, it's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review, and today we're taking a look at Jazwares AEW Unmatched Series 7. We're taking a look at Thunder Rosa. First time in the line hook and the LJN CM Punk. If you are interested in picking up any of these figures from this wave, you can order them now at ringsidecollectibles.com. Use promo code 4LIFE to save 10% off at checkout. Great set of figures here, right? I mean, Thunder Rosa, we've gotten quite a few figures for her. I'll be honest, her last Unrivaled figure is really warming hard at my local Targets, but this gear does look very toyetic. It definitely does pop. I love the yellow. That's probably one of my favorite colors, being a huge Laker fan, so I do dig that. She does come with 2 heads and a bunch of interchangeable hands. I want to see more consistency from Jazwares with this. Like, some characters will get a shit ton of hands, and then others will get maybe 1, so pretty cool that she does come with the rock-on hands and a bunch of the other stuff here. First time in the line hook. I know a lot of people are excited for this figure. I'll be honest, I don't dislike Hook, but I don't know. I don't really get the gimmick. I guess he's kind of cool. Taz was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up as a kid, so I'll support Hook just for that, because Taz is his father. But don't forget, we are getting a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. I believe there is an Amazon one, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to get a bunch of Hook figures, just like Danhausen. I feel like we're going to get a ton of those guys. And on the right, here we have the LJN CM Punk. I know this figure's gotten a lot of slack from people. I don't know why they wouldn't go with, like, a CM Punk style pose. He's just kind of standing there, but the figure does look pretty good. I do like the paint applications on the tattoos. Looks really good. I love the throwback box. This may be a piece that, you know, may be better off suited keeping in the box, I'll be honest. I did not keep any of the other LJNs that we've gotten from Jazwares. Just not my thing. They don't have a place on my display. Hopefully that will change with CM Punk here, because I actually am a big Punk fan. I did have Cody, which I didn't think was a bad figure. It was okay. The head scan on that wasn't the greatest. Darby Allin I didn't like. It just, the proportions looked off. But I will say CM Punk does seem to fill the figure out a little better. Let's get him out of the packaging and see how he is, you know, in hand as far as size and weight. But your standard unmatched packaging here. You get the silver foil up top. Of course, the kind of throwback look for the LJN figure, which has not been consistent in the AEW line. Kind of comes and goes here and there. On the side, you'll have the AEW logo. Flipping over to the other side, you will have the nameplate as well as the figure series. On the back, you have the Rita, as well as the kind of throwback Superstars card here for CM Punk. Actually does include a poster here. And before we kind of wrap up this portion of the video, if you guys want to get a close-up look at the kind of characters here, I believe that's Conrad Thompson, Jeremy Padower, that's Gregory from the Jazwares team. You get a bunch more different guys here on the side. That's definitely Magic. There's John from Ringside Collectibles. That's pretty cool. Just to show a different kind of variations of the packaging here. But all in all, always love these kind of throwback vintage looks. But let's crack them out of their packaging and see what these figures are all about. And starting us off, we are taking a look at Thunder Rosa out of her packaging. She comes with quite a few interchangeable hands, so you do get a set of fisted hands. You also do get a set of open hands, with the other one being on the figure, as well as a set of these kind of rock-on hands. Again, the other one is also on the figure. I didn't even notice this in the back of the packaging. I'm glad I didn't throw it out. You got this kind of split flag with, I believe that's the Mexican and USA flag here, kind of split down the middle that she wears to the ring. Looks pretty cool. No design on the back end. We have seen this before. I believe the Ringside Collectibles Blood and Guts exclusive came with the same flag, or if it was not the last Unrivaled figure. She also does come with an extra interchangeable head with a tongue out. This one, kind of more the straight face look. I personally like the tongue out one. Looks a little more expressive. Kind of really differentiates the figure. But again, she's got some awesome face paint on here. So if we get this camera to focus, looks really good. Split face, I really do like how that came out. You can also see she's kind of got the buns or up here in her hair. Nice sculpting on the back. Her gear does look very nice. You get this kind of like yellow and black. Mine has a little bit of bleeding here with the black coming through with the yellow painted on top, but not too bad. She also does have her leg tattoo here. You guys can't see that. But this pattern kind of follows suit. Again, I say this with every female AEW figure. These pin arms are just really hard to look at least hers are painted. Like when you look at like a Britt Baker, it's just like, I wish they would either go pinless. I know it's probably more costly. I wonder why they just can't reuse the tooling, but I don't know. I don't really like the way that looks. I never have with the female figures. But the rest of the gear does look nice. She's kind of got these like black knee pads that are actually like sculpted on and painted here. Looks really good. Got the black and yellow pattern design here, kind of like the black lightning bolt coming through on her kickers. She's even got a little touch of gold on these little kick pads. I will say the feet are a little small, and I'll be honest with you guys, it kind of was really hard to get her to stand still. Just to even start this review, I kind of had to keep playing with the weight of the figure, but I don't know what the deal is, but it's a little annoying to get her to stand, I will say that. Take a look at the back, you'll see more detailing here. Again, just a straight yellow on the back. I do like the color of the kick pads or the shoes on the bottom. The nice gold really makes it pop. But if you guys did want to swap the head out, you can put the tongue out head. You guys want to see what that looked like on the figure. All in all, not a bad figure, but I feel like I still like the Blood and Guts Thunder Rosa better. And just for some scaling purposes, here is Thunder Rosa next to a few other AEW Unrivaled and Supreme figures. On the left, we have the AEW Unrivaled Brandy, and on the right here, we have the Supreme Britt Baker. Moving along, we are taking a look at the LJN inspired CM Punk figure. So this figure actually does come with this poster here. If I could get it in the shot, you get the awesome image of CM Punk here with the Long Boys on. The main event tonight, you get to see all the different characters from the AEW Jazwares figure team here. Looks really great. Additionally, you'll see on the bottom here, it says WWE Superstars. Looks really cool. Not for me. Like I said, I didn't grow up with LJNs. That was way before my time. The first wrestling action figures I owned were the Hasbros. I had a ton of those as a kid. I grew up with the Jakks Bone Crunching era figures as well. But LJN was just never in my wheelhouse, so I don't have a soft spot for these type of figures. I will say this figure, I've held some LJNs. I don't have any in my collection. This is a lot lighter, for sure. And obviously, that's the problem with LJN style figures. It's hard to get these figures shipped to you guys with the added weight that the original ones had. But you will see, bringing up Punk real close, the head skin doesn't look too bad. I see an okay likeness to Punk. If it was an LJN inspired figure, I'd expect it to be a little more cartoony and not super accurate or realistic, I should say. But he does have some nice detailing with his tats. Look at that on the front, even on the sleeve. He got straight edge here on the stomach. He's got the X's painted. I agree. I know a lot of people were saying that he should have like his pose maybe with the X on his chest or something. It's just something different than these vanilla hands down pose. A little more creativity would have been more appreciated with this figure, but it does look nice. Again, it's LJN inspired. There is no articulation with this. It does feel kind of rubbery. It's like a hard rubber. I feel like the LJNs were a lot softer. You can see he's got the stars on the design of his tights, as well as on his kickers. Looks really good. Very similar to the Unmatched figure we got, but like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this, only because I don't have that nostalgia feeling for it. But I will say the figure does look pretty decent, to be honest with you guys. For your AEW Jazwares CM Punk comparisons, on the left we have the Unmatched figure. Again, you can see that the tights and the kickers are the same on this LJN figure for some kind of comparison purposes as far as the long boy tights. Next to that, we have the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Blood and Guts CM Punk. I really dig this figure. It's one of my favorite AEW figures in my collection. And on the right, we have the Walmart exclusive CM Punk. I did throw on the shirt from the first dance CM Punk. I'm very happy that we are getting a Supreme CM Punk that was just announced at San Diego Comic-Con by Jazwares. I believe the first one coming out is going to be a Walmart exclusive, so I'm looking forward and happy to add that to my Punk collection. And for the last figure, we're sending Hook. So as far as Hook's accessories go, you do get a set of open hands, with the other one being on the figure then when it comes in the package, as well as a set of fisted hands. You will see both sets of hands do have the hand tape on there, so that looks pretty nice. You also do get another interchangeable head with this big kind of coif of hair, a more kind of serious look. Personally, I like this head scan with the kind of side comb hair. Looks pretty good. Honestly, a good likeness to Hook. He's got some interesting hair. Take a look at both. I just gotta say, I mean, listen, no knock to the guy at all, but what is, like, people tell me in the comments down below. I watch AEW and I just don't really understand it. What is the obsession with Hook? Like, he looks like he's in high school. I don't know. And, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock him at all, but I grew up from a different era. Like, in the 80s and early 90s, like, wrestlers were larger than life. I believe I'm taller and a little bigger than this guy. So to me, I don't get it. I don't get the nostalgia, or not even nostalgia, like the appeal with Hook, I want to say, with all due respect. I just kind of want to know. Let me know in the comments down below. Why do you guys, like, are such big fans of Hook? I mean, I loved Taz growing up. He was undersized, but he was such a, like, different, like, build, you know? He was, like, this stocky, like, guy with these huge legs, this dark tan, and he was just an ass-kicking machine. I don't see that same sentiment with Hook, even though that is his son. I don't know. Just let me know down in the comments below. That's a conversation I'd love to have with all you guys. And again, no disrespect to Hook or anyone who's a fan of his. I'm just kind of curious, you know? But he does look really nice. I do like this head scan. I feel like the likeness is pretty spot on. And we are getting quite a few more Hooks. I'm looking for that Ringside Collectibles figure that's going to have a ton of accessories, the backpack and the chips. You will see the nice sculpting on the hair. This came out really good. I got to give Jazwares credit. He does come with this, like, necklace as well. And he's got the tattoos here on his chest, on his stomach, little details all over. Take a look on the side here on his shoulder. Again, these pinned arms, I just don't like them. He does have the kind of sculpted on wrist tape here, which looks really good. No detail on the back, even on the forearm here. He's got a lot of tattoos, man. I didn't really even notice that. Does he really have a tattoo that says mom? Is like my, wow, that's interesting. You can see he's got Hook here on his shorts. There is actually a nice articulation cut here on his thigh, so if you guys wanted for more posability, I'll give Jazwares credit. Their posability on their figures are really fun. I mean, even though the parts are all interchangeable, which I really do appreciate, I also do appreciate how articulated their figures are, because they really do have some great articulation points. He's got the double jointed knees. He does have a boot cut as well. There is some ankle rotation. Just a fun figure to pose around with. You will see he does have another tattoo here down on his leg. He's got the white boots. All in all, this is pretty solid for a debut Hook. This is like what I picture him in the green kind of shorts, but looks pretty good. Looking forward to more Hook figures coming from AEW. I did want to do a quick close-up of both head scans on the body. So this is the original head that comes on the figure, as well as the alternate head that comes on the figure. And I don't know if this is a defect on mine or what the deal is, but his head does not pop into place on mine. I feel like I've had a figure like this before where the hole is just too big. You should see how it should be. So, gotta love Jazwares quality control. It continues. Even though this is a solid figure, I'm definitely deducting points for that, because look at that. That's just annoying. Even though this is not the head I'm probably going to use for my display, this is the one I would go with. And just for fun, here we have Hook next to his dad, Taz, the AEW Unrivaled figure that was released not too long ago. You can definitely pair them nicely together on your shelf. And before we wrap up here with some final thoughts on these figures, if you guys haven't already, please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. And if you guys are enjoying this video review, make sure to turn on those notification bells to stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. As far as these three figures go, they're okay. I'll start off with Thunder Rosa. I mean, I don't think this is needed for your collection, especially if you have any of the prior release ones. I think they are better. I do like the gear on her. I do like all the accessories she does come with, so it's not a bad figure by any stretch. But I don't know. I just feel like there's nothing special about it that's needed for your collection unless you're a huge Thunder Rosa fan or AEW female superstar fan. CM Punk, it's an okay figure. Like I said, I'm not a big LJN guy, so like I didn't really pop for this. It doesn't feel very LJN in hand. Again, I'm nowhere near an LJN expert. I've held a few in my hands. I've had a few in my collection back in the day when I was a kid. But again, I didn't grow up collecting these, so I can't say I have that nostalgia feel for it, but it looks okay. If you're a Punk fan, I think this would be kind of cool to have. Like, I'm a big Hulk Hogan guy. If they did a re-release figure randomly Mattel that was just different, I'd probably want it for my collection. So it does look nice, but again, like I said, just no place for it in my collection, especially the size of it versus the Unrivaled and Unmatched figures. And Hook, not a bad figure at all. I really think this is probably the best out of the three here. I will say I'm a little disappointed on that QC defect. Please let me know if you guys have this figure. If you are facing any of the other issues with that other interchangeable head, I'm going to assume it's just mine. And I'll call Jazwares customer service, and they'll offer me like a cash wheeler for a replacement, right? Because they won't have it in stock, unfortunately. I hope they step up their game in the customer service, because that is really disappointing. But I really do like the head scan on Hook. I love the green attire. I love the little necklace. He comes with just the right accessories that you'd want for Hook. And again, if you guys aren't a big fan of this gear or whatever, maybe hold out for that Ringside Collectibles exclusive, because that's just going to give you more bang for your buck as far as accessory-wise and interchangeable pieces. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I really do appreciate you guys checking it out. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AlexWestCollects, and I'll catch you all on the next one.